Channel, and today I thought I would go through my old record collection. I started collecting records when I was about 19. I'm 25 now, so this has been 6 years in the making. So without further ado, let's jump into my collection. So here at the front, I have my newer stuff. Like I said in my last video, I have Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. That's on the top. That's what I'm currently listening to. It's so good. Again, if you guys haven't checked her out, what are you doing? This is her first album, Stranger in the Alps. Get the tissues out if you're gonna listen to this one. It is so good. This one is Lucy Dacus, No Burden. This is her first album as well. It's one of my favorites. Lucy Dacus, Phoebe Bridgers, and Julian Baker are in a supergroup called Boy Genius, and I found Phoebe Bridgers first, then I found Boy Genius, and then I found Lucy Dacus, and I just love supergroups because it teaches me so much more about new bands and new groups. So yeah, I love this album by Lucy Dacus. Her second one is really good too. Definitely check her out. This album I got for a Christmas present from my partner. It's Tycho. He's a really great DJ. His music is really calming, really soothing. I love this album cover. It's like a sunset with the water, and I love this album for teaching yoga. His music is perfect to teach yoga to, so I love that I have this on vinyl. Melodrama by Lorde. This is such a good album. Everyone sleeps on this album. Her first album, Pure Heroine, of course, is a work of art, but I think this one is too. I think it's the quintessential breakup album. It just really resonated with me when it first came out. I listened to it over and over and over again, and I just had to have it on vinyl. And I love the album art too. It's just so beautiful. Lorde is the best. Lorde, when are you releasing new music? I'm waiting. Okay, I know this one's going to be a little controversial because she came out as pretty problematic like a few months ago on Instagram, but I am a Lana fan. I have 3 of her vinyl. I have Born to Die. I would listen to Born to Die over and over and over again in high school. I loved the vintage aesthetic. I still do. I have Honeymoon as well. Out of her albums that I've listened to, Honeymoon is actually one of my lesser favorites. I bought this one on pre-order to support her. It's just a little too sad and like monotone for me. That's how I feel about Norman Rockwell too. It's not my favorite. I like a few songs on each vinyl, but as a whole, not my favorite. Love Lust for Life. Out of her newer stuff, Lust for Life is my favorite record of hers because she's a lot more positive in it, a lot more variety in the songs. So yeah, Lana, why'd you have to go and be problematic on Instagram? You disappoint me. That's my newer stuff. Moving on to classic rock. Rumors. You just have to have rumors. I love Fleetwood Mac. Who doesn't love Fleetwood Mac? Crazy people, that's who. I just love everything about this record. It's perfect in every single way. I have nothing bad to say about it. The album art, the vibes, look at them. They're so cute. Need I say more? Jimi Hendrix. I got this for free from my friend Alexa. She's awesome. She gave me some records because she knew that I collected them and she knew that I would like them. It has his like greatest hits like Hey Joe, Foxy Lady, Purple Haze. He's Jimi Hendrix, you can't go wrong. Alexa also gave me this. It's just a huge box set of Led Zeppelin's Mothership. I love Led Zeppelin. I grew up listening to them. They're just quintessential classic rock to me. Simon and Garfunkel. This album is just a classic, bookends. I love in the movie Almost Famous, if you've ever seen that movie, the mom takes the album from Zooey Deschanel and she's like, look at them. They're on pot. I mean, it's a classic. If you've never heard of these albums coming up, you should really look into them because they're great. The queen herself, Joan Jett. She is just a total icon to me. She just totally doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care what anybody thinks. She does what she does. She loves music with her whole heart. It's her passion, and her music reflects that. It's Joan Jett. Feminist icon. Tapestry by Carole King. This is one of the best albums ever created, in my opinion. I mean, listen to this. I feel the earth move, so far away, it's too late, home again, beautiful, way over yonder, you've got a friend, where you lead, will you love me tomorrow, smack water jack, tapestry, a natural woman. I mean, literally a whole album of greatest hits. If you've never listened to this, what are you doing? It is an American classic. Stevie Nicks, The Wild Heart, I mean, need I say more? She's the witchy queen and we all love her. Blue by Joni Mitchell. I mean, I love Tapestry, but this might be the greatest female singer-songwriter album ever written. Here's what you need to do. This vinyl and Tapestry by Carole King, you need to grab these two. You need to make yourself a nice cup of coffee on a Sunday morning. You need to just relax all morning, sit on the couch, sit on your patio even, and just listen to these songs. Do nothing else but just listen to them, and you're gonna have the best morning of your life. This is another Carole King, just Carole King music. I actually got this at Omega Music in Dayton and it was only 98 cents, so it was a good find. You know, some of these albums I paid like 25 bucks for, some of them I paid literally 98 cents for, so it just really depends on what you can find. It's really all about just bargain hunting and giving yourself set amounts of time to really dig through bins and see what you can find. And you know, you're not gonna find everything you want in one day, so you just have to plan out adventures to go out and find your faves. Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. I just watched Walk the Line for the first time and I found this at a thrift store like pretty shortly after that and I just had to have it. My dad loves Johnny Cash too, so I just felt like I had to get it. Ooh, the ink spots. The ink spots are amazing. Very easy listening. Definitely check them out. ABBA, the singles. This has like every good song on there. Waterloo, Dancing Queen, Money Money. Yeah, iconic. How can I not buy this? ABBA. Classic. Yellow Brick Road. I got this at Half Price Books for $10. So yeah, Half Price Books is another place to get vinyl. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but I found this and I showed it to my mom and my mom was so jealous because I found one that completely opens up and it has like all the song lyrics and like, look at this. It's like an original. He was like, oh, I only have the kind that you took the record out and that was it. So yeah, I got the whole thing, which was pretty cool. Billy Joel, Nylon Curtain. I found this at Half Price Books too. Billy Joel is my mom's favorite artist. I found this and I just had to get it because of my mom. The best Led Zeppelin album for like $6. I think I found this at Omega Music too, up in Dayton when I lived there. Stairway to Heaven, pretty much like the best song ever written. I found this at a really nice price. Most of Led Zeppelin's albums, like if you want to buy them new, they're like $50, like very expensive. This one isn't new, but like Stairway to Heaven for only $5, heck yes. Greatest records of the big band era. This is really cool. It's like multiple different vinyls. I used to listen to this all the time when I was in college, just like pretending like I was at a dance party. I'd do my homework or just hang around on a Sunday listening to this and it was just really, really soothing. I'm pretty sure I found this at a Goodwill for like, oh yeah, it says here $4. Sometimes I keep the price tags on there. I absolutely love vintage music. I just think there's something about it that has a lot of charm. Wouldn't necessarily want to live back then, if you know what I'm saying, but yeah, I think there's something really charming about vintage music, so yeah, that's why I bought this. The Graduate soundtrack. This is such a good movie if you've never seen this. I know Dustin Hoffman is canceled right now, but it's still a classic. You should at least watch it for Anne Bancroft. She's fantastic in it. This is a Simon & Garfunkel album, Sound of Silence. Need I say more? And now we're getting into my Beatles collection. The only reason why I have these records is because I used to work at a record store in college and I just collected them over time while I was working there. Past Masters. The album art's pretty cool. It's like classic them in the early 60s with their matching haircuts. This is the soundtrack to Yellow Submarine. So good. I love this movie. If you've never seen it, it's just amazing to watch for the artwork alone. I've never seen anything like it before. Hard Day's Night, back from that movie. It's such a cute movie if you've never seen it. It's quintessential Beatles, very vindicative of that time. The Beatles, this is a classic. It has It Won't Be Long Now, All I've Gotta Do, All My Loving, Hold Me Tight. all those greatest hits. Love this one. White Album. Their White Album is so good. It's so underrated. People really sleep on this too. This is obviously later. If you've never listened to it, you should really give it a chance. All of their music's on Spotify now, which is lovely. It used to not be, and I was very cross with Spotify because of that. Abbey Road. Need I say more? Help by the Beatles, so cute. Rubber Soul is my second favorite Beatles album. It's just so good. It inspired so many other artists to up their game during the 60s. I mean, we have such amazing music from the 60s. And a lot of that has to do with this album. This is my favorite album by the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's. I mean, to me, it's just perfect. Revolutionary too, for the time that it came out. I mean, I love everything about this album. It's perfect. The reason why I have so many Beatles albums is because I re-fell back in love with them when I was in college. It was during a time when I was really depressed and creatively drained. It just re-inspired me and gave me hope. It might sound kind of basic too, but they really did bring me back to life and helped me find my artistry again. Now, I'm not saying that they're perfect by any means. I think that their art stands the test of time for a reason. People will always remember them and love them. All right, transitioning into my vintage musicals. This is my favorite part of my collection. I just think it's so cool. I found Funny Girl in a Goodwill. Most of these vinyls I found in thrift stores for ridiculously cheap prices, like 99 cents to up to $5. So they're a lot easier to find than you think. I love this musical so much. It's almost perfect in my opinion. No, no, Nanette! I found this vinyl before I played Nanette in No, no, Nanette in college. I had to sing some of the songs from the show in voice lessons, so I knew of it. And I found it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I didn't think I would find a vinyl of No, no, Nanette anywhere. And then literally a month later, I was cast as Nanette in No, no, Nanette. That was my big college lead. So this is like my favorite vinyl. It just holds a little special place in my heart. I have the original Broadway soundtrack of My Fair Lady with Julie Andrews and Rex Harrison. And I have the movie soundtrack with Audrey Hepburn and Rex Harrison. I mean, obviously Julie's voice is impeccable, but both of their acting is amazing. And, you know, I love Audrey, so I'm never gonna think she's awful in the movie. And I just had to have both of them, and I love that I have both of them. I think it's so cool. I have the Breakfast at Tiffany's soundtrack. This isn't my favorite Audrey movie, but Breakfast at Tiffany's is also beautiful, and I love Moon River, and I think the music in general is just so beautiful in this movie, so I just had to get it. West Side Story. Perfect. I mean, obviously it's not perfect. I think we all know why it's not perfect, but you just have to have it. If you're a musical theater person, you have to have this on vinyl. Camelot, Camelot. I love a good Lerner and Loewe musical. They're my favorite. The book is all over the place. It's crazy, but I love it anyways, and Julie is just absolutely perfect in this soundtrack. Brigadoon, I believe this is the movie soundtrack. Yeah, because they did a movie version. Brigadoon is really underrated. I think it's a really cute show. Here's another example where I have the movie and the Broadway soundtrack. Fiddler on the Roof on Broadway and Fiddler on the Roof, the movie. I love Zero Mostel's Tevye, but I also love the movie Tevye. I can't remember his name right now, sorry. I just love Fiddler on the Roof. It's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful story. Showboat is pretty problematic. Back in its day, it was revolutionary, but I think looking at it from a 2020 lens, it's still pretty problematic. I have it because it is really important to musical theater history, and I think it's important not to forget what the American history of musical theater is, no matter how problematic it is. I'm definitely not condoning it or saying that it's good, but I think it's important to remember. I have The Wizard of Oz, Judy Garland, the movie soundtrack, so cute. I love the art on this too. Inside, it's like newspaper clippings of the movie, but on the outside, she has a red dress for some reason, and yeah, it's just cute. I think it might be art from the books. I don't know, I've never read the books, but yeah, it's just so cute. I had to have it. Christmas Treasure with Julie Andrews. What's on this? Joy to the World, Irish Carol, O Little Town of Bethlehem. Wow. I can't wait to listen to this for Christmas time. I forgot I had this. I just like put things away and I forget that I have them over time. Jesus Christ, Superstar. Yeah, I just had to have this. $6.99. Gypsy, I hate to say that word because it's a racial slur, but that's the name of the musical, but it's with Ethel Merman, and I had to get it. When I was little, my mom used to call me Ethel Merman all the time because I would just like scream and wail around the house, and lo and behold, I grew up to be a theater person, so she wasn't wrong. Soundtrack of the Pajama Game movie with Doris Day. I love the Pajama Game. I think it's super cute. It is a little problematic. I mean, most of these golden age musicals are problematic. They're sexist, misogynistic. It's Doris Day. Doris Day is from Ohio, so represent. We have Gigi. I really wish Audrey Hepburn was in this movie instead of Leslie Caron. Don't come for me in the comments. Audrey Hepburn is Gigi, and I would have loved to hear her sing those cute songs in the movie. When I think of Gigi, I think of Audrey, not Leslie Caron. South Pacific. I love South Pacific. I think the music is so beautiful. Again, it's really problematic. Like every old musical I have on vinyl is super problematic, but these are the ones I grew up listening to, and they're what I am personally cast most in. I'm not really a contemporary musical theater actress. I'm more a golden age theater actress. So I love the music of South Pacific. It's gorgeous. I have a vinyl of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from the movie. I loved this movie growing up. It was on 24/7 on our VCR. I was also Snow White for Halloween on multiple occasions because of my dark hair and fair skin. And last but not least, Guys and Dolls. I played Sarah Brown pretty recently, I guess 2 years ago now. I guess that's not really recent, but my last like big musical role was Sarah Brown in Guys and Dolls. Again, problematic show, but it was really fun to play her. I just think collecting vinyl is so fun, and there's something about, you know, having your own record player and having that tangible collection and seeing everything yourself and listening to the crackles and pops in the music. It really warms up your home and makes you really appreciate music in your life so much more. If you're interested in starting your own record collection, finding a record player is super easy nowadays. What I would do if I were you, if you feel safe to do it right now during the pandemic, just start going to thrift stores. Start just like going through the piles and piles of records they have, and you'll be really surprised at what awesome treasures you find. And you can go as many times a week and you'll find new things every single time. You can also start what I did, purchasing your favorite records to add to your collection that you might not be able to find in a thrift store. And eventually people will know you collect records and they'll give you stuff for free. It's really not that hard to start a collection nowadays, and again, I just think it's so fun. I really recommend it. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up for me. Smash the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see next. Thinking of doing an apartment tour eventually. I got a huge haul of Pacifica makeup and bath and body stuff that's coming next week, and I can't wait to make a video about that so you all can see the different products. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at Miss Lauren Eileen to catch up with me the rest of the week. Well, I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!